Welcome to NFL Talk.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm Liam.
Yeah.
Let's dive into Monday night's thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
The Chiefs edging out the Buccaneers in overtime?
A game with a lot to unpack for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm.
For starters,
Yeah.
how about that Mahomes ankle injury, man?
I know.
When he went down in the fourth quarter after that touchdown pass
Right.
to Perrine, my heart skipped a beat.
Yeah. Didn't we all think for a moment there
Oh, yeah.
that the Chiefs' hopes were resting on a very wobbly ankle?
Exactly. He came back in, but
Yeah.
you could tell he wasn't 100%.
Mm.
It makes you think, how vulnerable are the Chiefs if Mahomes goes down
Right.
for an extended period?
Yeah. It's the question that haunts every Chiefs fan right now. This team is built around his unique skill set.
Right.
His ability to extend plays to make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine them replicating that with a backup.
Yeah. On the flip side, though,
Sure.
this game really showed us just how tough Mahomes is. He's not going to let a little thing like a bum ankle
Yeah.
keep him off the field.
Nope.
Not when there's a game to win.
True grit, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of impressive performances,
Oh, yeah.
did you see DeAndre Hopkins out there?
Oh, man. 8 receptions,
Yeah.
86 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh.
And this is only his second game with the Chiefs.
He's fitting in seamlessly, isn't he?
Yeah, that 35-yard catch was unbelievable. He made it look effortless,
I know.
even with a defender draped all over him.
The chemistry he's already developed with Mahomes is just remarkable.
It's like they've been playing together for years.
I know. Remember the Titans celebration after his first touchdown?
Yeah.
I loved that.
Classic. What do you think is Hopkins the missing piece
Oh.
that makes this Chiefs offense truly unstoppable?
It's a scary thought, right?
Oh, yeah.
They were already a powerhouse.
Mm.
But adding a receiver of Hopkins' caliber
Hey,
is almost unfair to the rest of the league.
Defenses are going to have nightmares
I know.
trying to cover both him and Kelsey.
You almost need 2 game plans.
Right.
How do you defend both of those guys at the same time?
Right.
It's a real head scratcher.
Yeah. Let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about the Buccaneers. They fought hard despite missing their top 2 receivers, Evans and Godwin. It wasn't pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but they kept battling.
They definitely showed some grit,
Yeah.
especially against the reigning champs.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about Todd Bowles and the culture he's built.
Right.
In Tampa Bay, this team does not give up easily.
They're still in the playoff hunt, even with this loss,
I know.
which is impressive considering the injuries they've faced.
Right.
Do you think this is a sign of good coaching?
Mm.
Or were the Chiefs just letting off the gas a bit?
I think it's a combination of both. The Bucs have a solid foundation, and they played with a lot of heart.
Yeah.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
The Chiefs with a healthy Mahomes are on another level right now.
Agreed. Now let's talk about Liam Cohen,
Okay.
the Bucs offensive coordinator. He's in his first year with the team.
Yeah.
But he's already making a name for himself.
He's getting a lot of buzz for how the offense has performed, even with all the limitations. I mean, look what he was able to do
Right.
with the depleted receiving core against that Chiefs defense.
It's definitely intriguing, especially considering last year's Bucs offensive coordinator.
Right.
Dave Canales landed the Panthers head coaching job after just 1 season in Tampa.
Right.
Could history repeat itself with Cohen?
I wouldn't be surprised if his name starts popping up in head coaching conversations very soon.
Yeah.
He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Now let's address the elephant in the room. Coach Bowles' decision
Okay.
to kick the extra point and go to overtime instead of going for the 2-point conversion and the win.
Yeah.
Down by 1 with 27 seconds left. What was he thinking?
That call sparked a lot of debate, and understandably so. It's one of those decisions that will be analyzed and reanalyzed for weeks to come.
Right?
Was it too conservative? Should he have gone for the win right there?
It's easy to second guess from the couch.
Oh, yeah.
But in the heat of the moment, with the game on the line, that's got to be a tough call.
Absolutely. You have to consider so many factors.
Right.
The momentum of the game,
Yeah.
your opponent's strengths, your own team's capabilities. And then there's the element of risk versus reward. Do you play it safe?
Right.
Or go for broke?
And in this case, the gamble didn't pay off for the Bucs, but it certainly makes you think, what would you have done in that situation? Go for 2 or play for overtime?
Tough call. I'm not sure I have a definitive answer. It's those kind of split-second decisions that can make or break a coach's career.
And that's why we love this game.
I know.
It's full of drama, suspense, and second guessing.
All right.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for part 1 of our deep dive into the Chiefs-Bucs showdown.
We'll be right back to continue the conversation.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to NFL Talk,
where we're dissecting that epic Chiefs-Bucs matchup.
And I think we left off on
Rather intriguing question.
the two-point conversion dilemma. It's
Oh,
it's the kind of call that can keep you up at night.
So let's rewind for a moment. The Bucs are down by 1 point. They've just scored a touchdown.
Right.
With 27 seconds left on the clock. The energy in the stadium is electric.
And Coach Bowles makes the call to kick the extra point
Right.
and play for overtime.
A decision that has ignited quite the debate among fans and analysts alike.
Some argue it was the safe play,
Right.
the conservative choice against an offensive juggernaut like the Chiefs.
Especially with Mahomes on the other side. Even with a bum ankle, he's still a threat to score on any given play.
But there's also the argument that going for two
Right.
shows confidence in your team, a belief that they can get it done when it matters most.
It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario. If
Wow.
you convert, you're the hero. If you fail, the questions and doubts start swirling.
And in this case, the gamble didn't pay off for the Bucs. They played it safe and ultimately fell short in overtime.
But it raises a fascinating question about the psychology of coaching in those crucial moments.
You have to weigh so many variables.
Yeah.
The opponent's strengths,
Yeah.
your own team's weaknesses,
Right.
the time remaining on the clock,
Right.
the overall momentum of the game.
It's a balancing act between logic and instinct,
Right.
between calculated risk and gut feeling,
And ultimately, Coach Bowles chose to err on the side of caution.
which, in hindsight,
Yeah.
might have been the wrong call.
Right.
But that's the beauty of this game. You can analyze and dissect these decisions all you want,
Yeah.
but in the end, there's no guaranteed right answer.
It's those close calls, those what-ifs that make the NFL so captivating.
Speaking of captivating, did you see that catch by DeAndre Hopkins? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
talk about making a statement.
Their 35-yarder was insane. He made it look so easy, even with a defender draped all over him.
It wasn't just the catch itself. It was the way he set it up, the
Yeah.
route running, the subtle moves to create separation.
Right.
It was a masterclass in receiver technique.
And the connection he's already established with Mahomes is remarkable. It's like they've been playing together for years.
They're on the same wavelength. They just seem to know where the other one is going to be. It's a thing of beauty to watch.
And with Travis Kelce already a dominant force in the passing game,
Right.
opposing defenses are going to have their hands full.
Trying to cover both Hopkins and Kelce is like trying to herd cats. It's a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare.
Now, let's give some credit to the Buccaneers.
Okay.
They faced a lot of adversity coming into this game,
Yeah.
missing their top two receivers.
And yet they still managed to hang tough with the undefeated Chiefs.
Their resilience was impressive.
Hmm.
They could have easily folded after Mahomes went down,
Right.
but they kept fighting.
The running game was solid, and Baker Mayfield made some key throws when it mattered most.
It shows the depth of their roster
Yeah.
and the coaching staff's ability to adapt and adjust.
And speaking of coaching, I think we need to give a shout out to Liam Cohen,
Oh, yeah.
the Bucs offensive coordinator.
He's doing an excellent job in his first year with the team, especially considering the injuries they've had to deal with.
He's getting a lot of attention for his creative play calling and his ability to get the most out of his players.
Some are even saying he could be a head coach in the making.
I wouldn't be surprised if his name starts popping up in those conversations sooner rather than later. He's definitely someone to keep an eye on.
So we've talked about Mahomes' ankle Hawkins' incredible performance,
Right?
the Bucs' resilience, and that controversial two-point conversion decision.
But I think it's important to step back
Yeah.
and look at the bigger picture here.
What do you mean?
This game was a clash of titans, the defending Super Bowl champions against a team that's been a perennial contender.
And it lived up to the hype.
It did. And I think it highlighted some key themes that we'll be seeing throughout the season.
Like what?
The importance of quarterback health,
Right.
the impact of star players, the coaching decisions that can swing a game,
Right.
and the unpredictable nature of the NFL.
You never know what's going to happen on any given Sunday, or in this case, Monday night.
And that's what keeps us coming back for more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the main takeaway from this game for you?
For me, it's a reminder that even the best teams are vulnerable.
The Chiefs are undefeated,
Right.
but they're not invincible.
Yeah.
Mahomes' injury scare proved that.
And for the Bucs, despite the loss,
Yeah.
they showed that they're not going away quietly.
They're still a team to be reckoned with in the NFC.
So what does the future hold for these two teams?
The Chiefs are still the favorites to win it all,
Yeah.
but they need to stay healthy.
And the Bucs, they have a tough road ahead,
Mm-hmm.
but they have the talent and the coaching to make a run.
It's going to be an exciting season to watch.
I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Me neither. All right, folks, that's going to do it for part 2 of our deep dive into this Chiefs-Bucs thriller.
We'll be back in a moment for our final thoughts.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to NFL Talk.
For the final stretch of our deep dive into the Chiefs' overtime victory over the Buccaneers.
We've analyzed Mahomes' close call, Hopkins' incredible debut, the Bucs' gritty performance.
Right.
And, of course, that controversial 2-point conversion decision.
But before we wrap up, I think it's worth zooming out and considering the narrative surrounding these two teams.
I like where you're going with this.
On one hand, you have the Chiefs,
Right.
the reigning champions, the team with the target on their back.
Led by arguably the most electrifying quarterback in the league.
And so far, they're living up to the hype, undefeated and looking dominant.
But as we saw on Monday night, even the best teams have their vulnerabilities.
Right.
Mahomes' injury scare was a stark reminder that no one is invincible.
Exactly. It raises the question, how would the Chiefs fare if Mahomes were to miss significant time?
Yeah.
It's a thought that sends shivers down the spines of Chiefs fans everywhere.
On the other side, you have the Buccaneers, a team navigating the post-Tom Brady era.
With a new quarterback, new receivers, a new offensive coordinator.
It's a transition period for sure.
And they're facing an uphill battle in a tough NFC South division.
But Monday night showed us that they're not backing down from a challenge. They went toe-to-toe with the best team in the league and proved they can compete.
They fought hard. They played with heart.
Yeah.
And they showed resilience even when things weren't going their way.
So what's the takeaway for both of these teams moving forward?
For the Chiefs, it's simple. Stay healthy and keep doing what you're doing. They're on a roll, and they have the potential to repeat as champions.
But they can't afford to get complacent.
Right.
They need to stay focused and avoid any major injuries.
For the Buccaneers, it's about building on this performance. They showed flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
And they proved they have the talent and the coaching to make some noise in the NFC.
They need to find consistency, clean up some of the mistakes, and stay healthy. If they can do that, they could be a surprise contender.
The NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. There's still a lot of football left to be played. And both of these teams have the potential to write some compelling chapters in the weeks and months to come.
One thing's for sure. This Monday night clash was a reminder of why we love this game. It's unpredictable, it's dramatic, and it's full of twists and turns.
And we can't wait to see what happens next.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for our deep dive into the Chiefs-Bucs game.
We hope you enjoyed the breakdown.
Goodbye, and see you in the next video.